Miguel Ruiz, The Fifth Agreement. Embark on a journey to master the art of living through The Fifth Agreement by Miguel Ruiz. This book summary delves into the importance of symbolism and the impact of cultural and social values on our belief systems, ultimately defining the relative truth in our lives. In this intriguing exploration, you'll be introduced to the 5 agreements, essential principles to follow on the path to self-discovery and genuine happiness. Learn how our words, opinions, and assumptions shape our reality, and how to harness this knowledge in order to live a fulfilled and authentic life.
The Pitfalls of Domestication. Growing up, we learn to judge and punish ourselves and others for not meeting societal and cultural norms, and in doing so, we lose touch with our natural tendencies. From birth, we have natural tendencies that we act on without judgment or self-consciousness. However, as we grow up, we are taught cultural and societal norms through symbology. These norms dictate what we should and should not do in order to be a good person and to succeed in life. Unfortunately, many of these norms are based on superficial notions of beauty and success, which causes us to judge and punish ourselves and others for not meeting these standards. As a result, we become domesticated and lose touch with our natural tendencies. We become caught up in fulfilling the expectations of others rather than being true to ourselves. The good news is that we can break free from this domestication by recognizing the societal and cultural norms that are holding us back and by embracing our natural tendencies once again. By doing so, we can achieve true happiness and fulfillment in life without constantly judging ourselves and others for not meeting societal and cultural standards. The key is to recognize that symbology is merely a tool for communication, and that the meanings we assign to it are not necessarily a reflection of reality. Ultimately, it is up to us to choose how we interpret and use symbology in our lives. The power of shared symbology. Our understanding of the world is based on shared symbology, which is only a relative truth. Through agreements with others, we form our knowledge about objects, people, and beliefs. Symbology is not the absolute truth, but rather a tool for communication. Our perception of ourselves is also shaped by shared symbology. To discover our true selves, we need to follow the 5 agreements. The power of words. The words we use to communicate our self-judgment and rejection can destructively shape the narrative of our life. Our fears of judgment and rejection are merely symbolic and relatively true. By using words impeccably, we can create a beautiful and positive story about ourselves that reflects our intentions and desires. When we stop using words against ourselves and others, our desires and intentions can unfold. Liberating yourself from other people's opinions. Have you ever been hurt or angry when someone close to you didn't understand your perspective? It's common to take misunderstandings or negative opinions to heart. However, it's essential to remember that other people's opinions only concern their personal image of you. What they think about you isn't the real you. If you were watching a movie about yourself and your mother, directed by each of you, they wouldn't share many similarities. Everyone lives the story they've created about themselves, forming opinions based on personal perceptions that often don't align with reality. Therefore, it's crucial to stop taking other people's opinions personally and free yourself from the fear of judgment. By doing so, you'll have more freedom to pursue your desires without worrying about others' opinions. Remember, what people think about you isn't the truth. The unnecessary drama of false assumptions. Humans have a need to predict, explain and justify events, so when they are uncertain, they fill in gaps by imagining what people are thinking, doing, and feeling. These assumptions are lies that create unnecessary drama. Focusing on actual truth instead can save time and energy. False assumptions can lead to distorted truths that drain energy. Mastering life's essential agreements. The path to a better life starts with the 3rd agreement, and mastering them requires always doing your best. By practicing the first 3 agreements, being impeccable with words, not taking anything personally, and not making assumptions, and dedicating yourself to always doing your best, you will begin to regain control over your life. This requires repetitive practice to incorporate all three agreements into your life. The process may require patience and may not be an overnight success. Skepticism and truth in storytelling. The fifth agreement in storytelling is skepticism. By questioning the truth behind symbols and words, we can identify the real truth. To fully comprehend someone's point of view, we should learn to listen and acknowledge that their beliefs influence their perspective. Being skeptical does not mean discarding everything people say, but rather considering whether it aligns with reality. In personal stories, we should avoid judgment but not blindly agree with the storyteller's view. By practicing skepticism, we can choose how to react, filter out relative truths, and identify the real truth. For example, we can ignore negative comments that do not reflect our reality. Through skepticism and active listening, we can explore the symbology in storytelling and uncover hidden truths.
In conclusion, the fifth agreement offers valuable insights into the power of words, the significance of symbolism, and how our beliefs are shaped by others. By committing to the 5 agreements, using words impeccably, not taking things personally, not making assumptions, always doing your best, and being skeptical while listening, we can cultivate a life of authenticity and joy. These principles bring about positive change as we begin to question societal norms and symbols, letting go of judgment and falsehoods. Remember, the key to embracing these agreements lies within consistent practice and reflection, ultimately leading to self-awareness, inner peace, and a deeper understanding of the world around us.